Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. Welcome back to another News I Missed, where I go over news I missed. As always, a free way to support the channel is by leaving a thumbs up or by leaving a comment, because it does help with the algorithm. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. This is news I could not get away from, no matter how hard I tried. Carolina Panthers offensive lineman Russell Okung says he has been paid in Bitcoin after asking to be paid in cryptocurrency for almost 2 years. Wonderful. The Panthers is reportedly diverting half of his $13 million salary to the Strike wallet, which converts the payment into Bitcoin for Okung. Pro football player Russell Okung is now reportedly receiving half of his salary in Bitcoin. Okung has been a staunch Bitcoin advocate for years and has been asking to be paid in Bitcoin since May 2019. Then he tweeted on Tuesday that he was, and I do quote, paid in Bitcoin. He wrote, "Pay me in Bitcoin," and then wrote "paid in Bitcoin." This was all over the place. Could not get away from it. Therefore, why it's news I missed, because I woke up this morning and it was like 5 articles and I was like, but this happened a couple days ago. So the actual news, air quotes, being that he's not actually being paid in Bitcoin, but instead I think he is part of a something or other where he's sending his money, that the 13 million he's making, he's sending half of it to a something, and they are paying him in Bitcoin from the money he's converted with them. So I think the news story is that someone else famous is getting into the cryptocurrency space. 6.5 million dollars into Bitcoin is still a huge amount of Bitcoin. Yeah, that's the news. I mean, really, it was quite popular that I guess somebody wants to be paid in Bitcoin. This was actually a thing in like 2014. Try and Google like pay in Bitcoin or paycheck in Bitcoin. I can't remember exactly which words to use, but like 2014, there were a couple of companies that started doing this, but I don't know if it became too expensive for them, because by 2016 and 17, people were like bragging, "Oh, I got paid in Bitcoin when it was $80 a coin, and look at me, ma, now I'm a millionaire, billionaire," and stuff like that. So I think that a lot of companies stopped doing that. So imagine if Bitcoin goes up to $500,000. This guy is gonna be pretty richer. Anyway, that's the NFL Bitcoin news. And without further ado, let's move on. Next up, in news I could have told you was going to happen, Bittrex has announced that it would stop trading Monero, Zcash, and Dash by the 15th of this month. What? According to the firm, the reason it could delist a token was going to be due to the ever-changing regulations and policies guiding the operations of the industry and compliance issues. However, the firm did not say which of the reasons highlighted above was why it delisted those privacy coins. It's because of governments. Governments don't like them. I mentioned that in 2018. People were like, "Why don't you have this coin in your portfolio?" And I was like, because governments don't like it. And the last thing I need, when you talk about XRP being delisted or trading being suspended, that's one thing. When that lawsuit between them and the SEC is over, people are going to start re-adding or reactivating the trading pairs for XRP. You know what they're not going to keep reactivating? Coins that have private transactions that governments can't follow. Generally, privacy coins are crypto assets that offer transactions that cannot be traced. Transactions involving Bitcoin and other digital assets can be traced. This is almost impossible with privacy coins. Monero's transactions, for example, are automatically private, while other privacy coins like Zcash and Dash offer their users an opportunity to select between going private or not. This is why we saw Gemini and I think Coinbase and one other exchange list these coins, and I was shocked that they added them. And then lo and behold, they have like a little like a switch feature. You can say, yes, I want people to be able to see my transaction history, or no, I want to make sure that this transaction is private. And if you're trying to send it to a cryptocurrency exchange, they require that your switch is up, that it's on, that you are showing your face. That doesn't make any sense. That you are showing where your transactions have been or are going so that they can accept your coins. Here's the blog post, if you will, for the trading pairs and things that are going to be actually removed from their website. The really weird part about this is that these coins, Okay. I was going to say collapsed in value, but a lot of people have problems when I say collapsed, fell, jumped, and skyrocketed. It was one time I think XRP moved up in price by 48%, and I said it skyrocketed, and people were like, bro, that's not a skyrocket. That's the lateral move upward. And I was like, okay, I am therefore then mistaken. So the point is the value of these coins dropped, which is really weird because the point of these coins, listen, for those of you who are relatively new here, for those of you who've been here for a long time or simply don't know the point of these coins, they're to be used without anyone knowing. Point, period, blank, bam. That's the entire point of them. So the fact that people had these in their portfolios as like a wish maybe wanna kinda this coin can go up in price is a little insane. That's like having Tether in your portfolio and expecting it to hit $2. The point of these coins, why they were made, is to be used in the more not so, you know, parts of the internet. That's the point of these coins. So governments don't like that, especially because you can't track the transactions. Of course, they're not going to like it. So the value of these coins dropped. Once again, no. All right. Anyway, that's the Bittrex news. More delistings, and every single article, every single one that I found talking about the delisting of these three coins, it has to be here. It made sure to throw in news about XRP. What does XRP? You know how many other coins have been delisted from cryptocurrency exchanges since the XRP news? But they still make sure to throw in XRP because they are desperate for XRP to fall in price, which has actually been rising in price. And I'll tell you why in a couple seconds because the news gets quite interesting. What's this one? Oh, yes. Also, in logical news, Bitcoin continues to scale to new heights, hitting a new all-time high above 29,600. I think it's now 29,824, like a couple seconds before I started making this. The Bitcoin investors' activity has been clearly pointing at a sustained bull run ahead. The recent price surge to 30,000, trying to go to 30,000, comes on the backdrop of heavy buying on Coinbase in the last 48 hours. There are massive Bitcoin outflows that have been registered on Coinbase Pro in the last 2 days. CryptoQuant CEO Ki Yong-ju noted that over 12,000 Bitcoin have moved out of Coinbase to multiple cold wallets for custody, and that this could be facilitated by big over-the-counter deals. Here's that little tweet right there with the little price thing, and another little tweet that's also, but geez, Louis, how many tweets did this guy put out? These over-the-counter deals are usually conducted by institutions buying in huge quantities. While it is difficult to predict the over-the-counter transaction volumes, some of the strong on-chain indicators are hopeful to... The point is, Bitcoin's price keeps rising because institutions are buying. Check. Bitcoin's price also keeps rising because people keep taking their coins off of cryptocurrency exchanges. Check. Coinbase is seeing huge outflows of cryptocurrencies. I assume 2 points. It's either institutions who are like, yeah, I can buy from you, but I'm not going to hold my coins with you. That's definitely happening. And 2 is probably just people realizing that Coinbase may not be the best place for their coins. Coinbase is fine. Coinbase is safe. But Coinbase is also Coinbase, and they are more stringent than other places. I've told you before, and I've heard stories before from other people saying that they've had issues getting their money off. It took me like a week and a half one time to actually take my own money off of Coinbase, which was a bit of an issue because had there been an emergency, I would have lost a lot of money and been very upset. So yes, cool. This is going to continue happening. A lot of these coins are going to be, it's not even a self-custody thing. When it comes to institutions, they are using mega ultra secure locking behind this in the bank in a vault inside of these things. And I think other people in general, we've gone over, like, don't forget all the stuff that's been happening with Coinbase and other cryptocurrency exchanges over the last like 6 months. So as always, if you are legally able to in your jurisdiction, take your coins off of an exchange and self-custody because it is your money legally, able to do so, then please by all means. Anyway, sure. We're going to get more news like this until there's no more Bitcoin left. And then eventually this number will be like 750,000. People will go, where Bitcoin? Anyway, let's move on. In news that makes sense, but didn't make sense before, but now it's actually making a little bit more sense because of logic. Grayscale dumping XRP was the headline of most media publications based on the data from Bybit, or Bybit, that is BYBT. However, a company spokesperson refuted all such claims. A quick look at Grayscale Investment Holdings now clarifies that there were no significant amount of XRP that was liquidated in the past week. However, earlier the chart did show massive liquidations of XRP tokens from their trust. Someone from Grayscale said, and I doth quoteth, statements about large sales of underlying assets by any of our investment products are false and inaccurate. Any perceived large decreases in the US dollar value of Grayscale's XRP trust would have been a result of a decrease in the US dollar price of XRP. Wow, and there's that little dip right there. Grayscale went against the current trend where major crypto platforms as well as asset managers have started to delist XRP, and the crypto manager actually bought more than 12 million XRP on the 1st of January alone. This is why I said, when we saw those, we went over the Grayscale chart and everything was completely in red. We didn't have the indication that it was in red because the US dollar amount had dropped down, not because they had been selling. Fascinating. Anyway, sure. Yeah, here's the... Nope, that's something else. Grayscale actually bought up millions of XRP. I assume they're going to continue doing so. And I really wonder behind the scenes... I know it's happening. I can see it happening. But behind the scenes, I know that institutions are buying up XRP, especially as the price dipped down to 19 cents. It's just a matter of who did it. Because I'm telling you right now, whether you know this or not, when this lawsuit has been settled and XRP's declared a security, or maybe 5% not, doesn't really matter, XRP's price is going to start going back up. It's already going back up. And that's that news. XRP, Grayscale, whales, New Year's. And without further ado, let's move on. In my favorite news story this year, get it because the year just started, but it's still, I love it. Venture capitalist, can't say this man's name, Chamath Palihapitiya, I feel like I said it correct, is mapping out his plans for when the price of Bitcoin reaches 150,000 US dollars. The founder and CEO of Social Capital, who also serves as chairman of the Virgin Galactic Board, says he will acquire the summer destination of choice for affluent New Yorkers and transform it into a place that serves a greater good. He said, when Bitcoin gets to 150,000 US dollars, I will buy the Hamptons and convert it into a sleepaway camp for kids, working farms, and low-cost housing. Side note, if you've never been to the Hamptons before, please do so. I'm pretty sure there's also a bus that like goes there from Manhattan, so have at it. The Hamptons is absolutely wonderful. Took a lot of trips there before. I could not stop laughing when I saw this news story. Do you understand the audacity, the amount of oomph you have to say that when Bitcoin hits $150,000, you're going to buy an entire city? That's kind of a lot. When asked what he will do once Bitcoin hits $400,000, he said that his next focus will be the red planet, Mars. In a recent interview, the billionaire venture capitalist said he purchased 1 million Bitcoin. 1 million Bitcoin. He said he purchased 1 million Bitcoin in 2010 for about $80 per coin. 1 million Bitcoin, 2010. Okay, I'm going to stop. Palihapitiya hasn't confirmed whether or not he still owns all of his, but I assume he owns, listen, assumption. I assume he at least owns half of that. I do not feel, so many people within the cryptocurrency space, especially those who got here around 2014, the big money people, they've only been buying, they haven't been selling. That's why the news that we had before about the Winklevoss twins was in 2012. They were like, yeah, we have 200,000 Bitcoin. And I was like, 8 years, I assume they have bought at least one Bitcoin, if not another 200,000. Pally Haptia hasn't confirmed, but as of writing, Bitcoin is priced at 29,256. That's also down from where it currently is right now, according to CoinMarketCap, making 1 million Bitcoin worth a staggering 29 billion US dollars. I am certain he still has that Bitcoin. Anyway, I thought this was hilarious. Here's the actual tweet right there. If this does happen, do you understand how what a flip that'll actually be to the world? First of all, if you buy portions of the Hamptons, even buying a whole bunch of land and making low-cost housing, we know that historically, rich people do not care for those who are low income. So that would cause a bit of a fuss. If you made a camp and you made farms, I secretly hope he does it. Part of me really, I love when people say things like this. I know it may be like a bit of a chest puff and be like, yeah, I can do it because I'm rich. But imagine if he did. Imagine if this guy bought the Hamptons and put a whole bunch of low income housing. Anyway, what's this one? Yes. Says he bought 1 million Bitcoin in 2010. How insane. Oh yeah, also, I mean, it says it right here, but it says it warns Bitcoin success will spell global economic catastrophe. I've gone over that before. I don't think people really understand that, but I mean, if we get to a $250,000 Bitcoin, I assume we'll be having that discussion once again, because the fall of the US dollar is only going to be a good day for people holding Bitcoin and maybe gold, but everybody else is going to be part of that party. Anyway, that's the happy news about the Hamptons, and let's move on. Next up, Bitcoin is becoming more difficult to buy. According to analysts at Glassnode, the amount of Bitcoin received and spent among entities is decreasing, which means the liquidity is declining. If Bitcoin's liquidity is low, it means that there is less Bitcoin available to buy and sell. In the medium term, this could make Bitcoin even more scarce. That's just what's going to happen. It's not it could make it more scarce. It's that Bitcoin is even becoming more. And there's the crazy little chart right there. Throughout 2020, institutions have been increasingly accumulating Bitcoin, understatement, which has become compelling because of its fixed supply. In recent months, the concerns about inflation and rising central bank liquidity have intensified. This trend has led high-profile investors like Paul Tudor Jones and about 38 other people to consider Bitcoin as a potential hedge against inflation. Wonderful. Yeah, Bitcoin's becoming more scarce. I do hopeth that you, I want to say have some. I think that's the only, I can't find other words in English that would make a bit more sense, but nope, can't tell you what to do with your money. So hope you're following the trends. Hope you're paying attention to all the news that's been going on. I saw an article that it really tried so hard, where they found a tweet or a something from somebody discussing which coin is going to be the biggest coin in the world. And it was between Bitcoin Cash, Tether, Paxos, and a coin called like toenail coin. Something completely obscure, and everyone was really trying their darndest to be like, well, you know, Bitcoin Cash is definitely going to make it because the liquidity is amazing. And I was like, I don't understand. So, yeah, Bitcoin keeps drying up. We've been going over this since like July when we first got indications that it was drying up. And I was like, hey, Bitcoin's price is probably going to start rising from here. And everyone's like, not going to happen. There's a bajillion Bitcoin because that's how Bitcoin works. Anyway, yes. And moving on to a story that ties directly into there's not enough Bitcoin actually on the market news. Next up. After launching an unprecedented public Bitcoin buying spree, MicroStrategy founder and CEO Michael Saylor is revealing just how much Bitcoin he's amassed. In a new interview on the Funky Crypto podcast, Saylor says he has bought tens of thousands of Bitcoin through various organizations he is affiliated with. He said, I have bought either through MicroStrategy or through entities I control. 88,000 Bitcoin. I never sold one Satoshi. At the current price of roughly $29,000, Saylor's Bitcoin stash is worth over $2.5 billion. In the interview, Saylor advocates for a long-term holding strategy when asked whether Bitcoin investors should take some profits now as the cryptocurrency keeps hitting new record highs. Unless you want to be Dave Ramsey, go for it. This man announced it's not his company, it's him. He himself, 2.5 billion US dollars worth of Bitcoin. Okay, so I say these numbers because I hope the numbers enter your head. These people will be richer. Probably, no, they're actually already. There are some countries that aren't that rich. They're going to be richer than the richest countries on the planet. So, not really sure how to end this segment, but yes. We know that MicroStrategy has, I think they now also hold, I think it's $1.2 billion worth of Bitcoin. MicroStrategy, the company. Michael Saylor alone owns currently $2.5 billion worth of Bitcoin. That's currently. If Bitcoin's price keeps going up, he's going to be richer. Anyway, I don't know anymore. Like, we get this news so often. It's kind of like, have you ever like wanted like, I don't even know, like something for breakfast? Like you really wanted it for breakfast, but then you get it every single morning for breakfast. Like it kind of becomes like, oh, well, you know, it's the same thing for breakfast again. This is not breakfast. This is the usurpment of the US dollar. And I just want everyone, if they're able to be a part of it, because yes, Michael Saylor has $2.5 billion worth of Bitcoin. And without further ado, let's move on. Next up, in news you've all been waiting for because it's super exciting, that's a lie, Tokyo-based tech conglomerate GMO Internet Group has just been authorized by the New York State Department of Financial Services to issue stablecoins pegged to the US dollar and the Japanese yen. Wow. Wow. Joining 27 companies that have been granted BIT licenses by the DFS, GMO can now launch its US-pegged stablecoin known as ZUSD, or ZUSD, and Japanese yen-pegged coin known as GYEN. Okay. Stablecoins after fulfilling stringent requirements and meeting federal standards for anti-money laundering. Fantastic. That's exactly what we need in the space. More stablecoins. Love them. And having to go through all those jupes and hoops and loops to be able to do it in New York is just fantastic. It's not like there aren't already like 38 other stablecoins doing the exact same thing, but yours is definitely going to make it because, you know, everyone's been waiting for that one particular stablecoin. Anyway, that's the Japanese tech New York State yen pegged stablecoin, because I'm certain, if there's one thing I'm certain about, it's that everyone in New York has been waiting for a Japanese yen pegged stablecoin. Exactly. Even if it was Canadian, I would have been like, Japanese yen. Wonderful. And it's not to say that it won't find use, but stop it. Stop it. Let's move on. Next up, in news that we all knew what was going to happen, social trading platform eToro has become the latest firm to suspend ZERP trading following the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission's lawsuit against Ripple Labs over the sale of the cryptocurrency. In an update, eToro's team cited the lawsuit as the reason for the suspension, but stressed that the move will, from now on, only affect its U.S. customers. Only affect its U.S. customers. Every single bit of news that we've been getting has only affected U.S. customers. People made sure to scream the opposite a couple of days ago, saying that every cryptocurrency exchange was going to delist it. Remember, the U.S. is one country on a planet. They don't own or control the entire cryptocurrency space. So everyone else in the world can still use XRP, is probably still going to be buying XRP. And this news won't really have a huge significant impact on the price of XRP probably going forward. Remember before when I was like, hey, we don't have a Bitcoin ETF in the States, but we do have them all over the rest of the world. And everything else that has happened, every other country has done the exact opposite of what America has basically done. So should something significant happen, and I mean at this point, listen, if Ripple does not leave the US after all of this is done, I'm trying to find the nicest word in my head. They're interesting then, because that is absolutely insane. You can only be kicked in the face so many times and still keep going back to the person who kicked you in the face. Yeah, even right here. For those of you who don't know, apparently XRP is massive in Japan. Like absolutely, completely, insanely massive. So while US customers are currently barred from buying it and collecting it and holding it, just understand the other people on the planet are going to be buying it because, you know, their countries see no issue with it. It's only been an American screaming thing, the whole security conversation, because even if it is a security within the United States, guess what? The other 189 other countries on the planet have said it's a currency. Yeah. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters. Professor Wally from Gunbot University, Crypto Stahl, George Montoya, Wiselink, not TMI, Conan Don't Skip Leg Day, Snacky Chan, Tolik Banan. Wait, I got that right. What's wrong with me? Auspicious Agile and Blockchain, Navarro Williams, David James, Attila the Han, Yasha Harari, Oscar Maldonado, Utopia 569, Moonman High, XRP, Joshua Vineyard, Martin Steuer, Nostromo, John Sarston, the Animal Reader, A Bibliophobia, Todd Mullis, Adam Graysick, Moher, Moroni, Master Ventures in Thailand, Jared Schneider, Wise Night Owl, 242 to the World, Bankroll Network, Crypto Artist, Cole D, 3D, Damien, Setsuna, Richie Rich, I, Vlad the Impaler, Paxis, Nick Mann, Gialavori, Anthony Charles, Jim Gardner, Jeremy Fox, Minting Coins, Miller Hinch, that's every day in College Kids Leg Day. Yes to Crypto, Buddy McBoatface, Anytime Fitness, Monks Runner Staff, Arf Medic 17, Bake Me a Cake, Tigger Macho Nisa, On Crypto with Lionel, Crayola Michelle, URL, and Bolero Bastos. Thank you all very, very much for your support. Thank you to everyone who is a member of the channel. Thank you to all the new Patreon members, supporters. Same thing. I keep seeing new ones every single day. I do thank you from the bottom of my digital heart. Thank you to everyone who's a supporter in their own way, who left a comment, who left a thumbs up, who left an algorithm in the comment section. At the momento, Bitcoin is currently at 29,716 US dollars. Here's the 29,800 right about here. The altcoins have been going down collectively. Even Satoshi prices, because it looks like Bitcoin is possibly going to try and break through $30,000 sometime today. I don't know. I'm not a wizard, but we were just around like $120 something away before I started the actual video. So it seems like a fairly good chance. Where are they? Monero's down by 17%. It makes no sense. If the coin is going to be used in another capacity, who was holding this coin thinking that it wasn't going to be targeted by regulators? I just don't. The logic within the space is not logical. It really hurts my head so many times because people don't think when they invest into stuff. It just. What else is there? Cosmos is down. Wonderful. Huobi token's up by 16% because, you know, we're all trading that Huobi token. Anything else crazy? Dogecoin is up by 44%. Dash is down by 14%. Uniswap is down by 7%. Anything crazy? Zcash is down by wow. Wow. I didn't even know that it was really that low before. It's number 43 now. Anything else? It's weird that there are no private stable coins. Are there? I don't know. We never get any news about that. It seems a bit weird. The entire prospect for Zcash, Dash, and Monero and all the other ones are, you know, private transactions. Wonderful. But the prices also fluctuate. So wouldn't it just make a lot more sense to have... Okay. Waves is down by 6%. Algo is up by 20%. Because, you know... I do hope you all enjoyed. I do hope you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope it's absolutely fantastic. Probably going to make another video. There's an obscene, not only even news I missed, but just normal news. And I got to make some more money rules videos, and there's always something going on. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.